Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one's entitled Huge Planet X Objects at High Altitude. Now, as I have shown in article 786 entitled Sky Blue Planet X Inside the Earth's Atmosphere, very large Planet X objects, the central cores of the Planet X stellar core systems, which are the core systems of dead stars, are coming to the Earth and dipping or penetrating into the Earth's atmosphere and can be seen from the surface as solid blue light-emitting surfaces covered in a sparse cloud envelope, and to have clearings on these surfaces which appear to be connection points, as cloud associated with the type of cloud connections which the objects make with the surface of the Earth can be seen attaching to these clearings. The sky simulation system also does not seem to work when these huge objects are in the sky, and thus there are no chemtrail clouds to hide them from view. And you may look at article 808 entitled Planet X and the Chemtrail Deception for more details. And here you can see one of the huge Planet X stellar cores dipping into the Earth's atmosphere. And you can see that this is a curved surface, and it's not a break in the clouds. You can see the cloud clinging to the surface, which is obviously curved downwards towards the surface. And it does not seem to have a very high curvature, indicating that this is actually quite a large object. And the surface of the object is emitting blue light, and this is its surface. It has a very sparse cloud envelope, so you can see its surface through these open patches here. So this is obviously a very, very large object, and this is the spout connection. This is the material with which these objects make spout connections through which they absorb energy from the Earth. And you can see that it's attached to the center of this clearing on the surface of the object. The fact that the object is emitting light indicates that it is absorbing energy from the Earth. Notice that the atmosphere is going dark as the sun simulator system dims. It looks like the sun is supposed to have set, but the object is still quite bright blue, and its cloud envelope is still emitting bright pink light. This is most likely part of the simulator system. I'm not even sure why there's such bright light coming from there, because it looks like the sun has set. Now, energy is constantly flowing across the Earth's atmosphere, and there is therefore energy for the object to absorb, even if they are not able to make a physical cloud connection. The energy manifests as an electrical current at the object's location. You may look at article 818 entitled Planet X Observations, The Electrical Universe is Made of Light for more details. And here you can see some more examples of these objects penetrating into the Earth's atmosphere. And this looks like another clearing on the surface of one. And so this would be a connection point. And this one is in the shape of a circle, but this one is not. This one's shaped like a heart. You can see the same spout cloud connection, which is different from the rest of the cloud envelope at this point. And you can see another one. It seems to almost have a spine here, and this one is longer. And the longer ones seem to have the spine structure to them. And this one almost has it. You can see it seems to connect to a point here. Straight lines and connected to one point. So they seem to connect to each other and produce this type of spine effect. Whilst the cloud envelope everywhere else is quite different. It seems to be blobs of cloud. And again, we see something similar here. You see blobs of cloud, and you can see the spine effect in the spout connection material here. So these are two connection points on the surface of one object, and they're quite close to each other. And these seem to be long ellipses rather than circles, or even shaped like a heart in the case of that one. So this one's quite different. And here we have evidence of the sun simulator, which is obviously just reflecting off the surface of the object. And as I have shown in article 723, the sun is gone, the sky is a simulation. The real sun is not in the sky, and the illumination inside the Earth's atmosphere is artificial. So this is an example of that artificial illumination. Now, this one is an image that I have used several months ago, and when I first looked at it, I thought this was a chemtrail cloud. Now, of course, I can see after understanding what these are that this is another connection point. And in this case, it's a very long connection point. It's almost shaped by a very long rectangular surface. You can again see the spine structure here for the cloud spout material, which occurs at these connection points. You again see that the sun simulator is causing bright light to be reflected off the object, so it looks like the sun is shining through the atmosphere. And that's, of course, to hide the fact that there are such huge objects in the sky. And you can see when we realize that there are these huge objects in the sky, then it's understandable why they give us simulations of the Earth from outside the atmosphere, because obviously they wouldn't want anyone to know what's really in the sky. And these objects appear to be huge. Since all these objects emit blue light, it is possible that they are constantly coming into the Earth's atmosphere and going unnoticed, since all that we see is a blue sky. This means that there are objects as large as the Earth and possibly much larger approaching the Earth and periodically penetrating into the Earth's atmosphere. Since they seem to remain at a higher altitude than the smaller stellar cores, this suggests that the larger objects are repelled at a greater minimum distance than the smaller objects. Thus, instead of stronger gravitational attraction for increased mass, we have a stronger repelling force for increased mass. This is because gravity is due to two opposing forces, one attractive and the other repulsive. And the repelling force gets much stronger as the objects approach the sun or the Earth, so that they cannot approach beyond a certain distance. So, in conclusion, very large Planet X stellar cores are dipping into the Earth's atmosphere. These objects emit blue light from their surfaces and also have clearings on their surfaces, which are connection points with cloud spout material clinging to these points. These larger objects cannot approach the surface of the Earth as closely as smaller stellar cores. And these are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.